And my name's Stephanie.
And can you tell the audience about your group, PearlEarl, and the PearlEarlians?
We hail from Denton, Texas. We are a trio, and
all chicks. All of us.
No,
we're all female.
all
women. 100%. Except for like that sometimes at night whenever we change.
Yes.
But we don't talk about that.
And Ariel writes the songs, and we come in together and put them all together and make them whole.
Yep. Yeah. We basically tell her what's wrong. We're like, no.
Yeah.
We're changing it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be called Captain Howdy. It's going to be Captain Duty.
Yep. Howdy Doody.
The songwriting process for me is I'll just come up with like a riff, and then a melody sometimes will just pop right into my head, and then I'll like think about how like where it's gonna go and kind of like piece out like pieces to the puzzle of the song in my brain. But then some songs come out more full-fledged than others, and then whenever I introduce them to them, there's sometimes I'll have like, you know, a bass line in mind, but then it all kind of changes when we come together because, you know, Bailey will add a beat which might spring the song into a different direction than I thought. Same with like Steph, like we create new parts together for the songs. So a lot of them are just birthed differently. Each one is a lot different because in the beginning I had the songs I had them more mapped out in my head, and then I could just be like, okay, well, this is the song, but now it's completely different. It's like some are not as completed, and now we are completing them together more too. So,
what is your recording process right now on your new album?
We're recording at Elmwood Studios in Oak Cliff, that's in Dallas, and Brack is the guy that did our EP, that was 6 songs, and now we're doing a full album. And Brack's coming in, joining with Alex Bourne at Elmwood Studios to help us put the album together, and he really knows our sound since he recorded the first one, so it's cool to work with those two guys together.
Okay. And I just saw that today that Elmwood Studios got like top 10 recording studios in like the DFW area. So
St. Vincent recorded there.
Yeah.
Speaking about albums, is Bitches Brew your favorite Miles Davis?
You know, it's funny because, like, when we made that song, that title, I hadn't even thought of Miles Davis's Bitches Brew, but we keep getting asked this kind of similar question, like, in the past 2 weeks. Like, 3 or 4 people have been like, oh, Miles Davis, Bitches Brew, and it's like, I didn't even think of that, and I honestly don't even really know that album, and I feel bad saying
I do,
that.
and I think the album art and the music, nothing really like us, but the album art is psychedelic to me, and I really, I feel like Miles Davis is a far cry from what we're doing, but, yeah, I mean, it's funny that happened simultaneously without, she didn't realize it.
I like it.
It's just a big rhyme.
It just rhyme.
Bitches brew, witches brew.
The song's about the witches brew, though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us bitches brewed that witches brew together.
We did. We brewed it up.
And what was your 3 items that you've discovered that you needed on tour?
There's a lot of items you need.
Flashlight. We couldn't live without the flashlight.
Oh, wipes.
Wet wipes
and
weed. Flashlight, wet wipes, and weed. That's it, really.
Well,
because we bought, I didn't bring that many shirts because we bought shirts along the way.
No, you don't need clothes. Clothes are optional.
Yeah.
you're gonna buy band shirts or like trade band shirts.
Oh, ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen.
That was the main thing.
Beer. That was pretty helpful.
It was really funny because this guy tried to give us a 30 case of these waters, and we were like, we don't have room. And and then he was like, man, if this was beer, you would have made room.
But number one thing to have on the road is flexibility. Figuratively and literally. Like, you really got to be flexible to get in, like, the small spaces and, like, chill there for, like, 4 hours. Or 8, or whatever.
Well, and until the van we went in was kind of jacked up, and so you'd have to, like, crawl through, make a hole through the, like, luggage to unlock the back door from the inside. So that was kind of...
Innovation. You know, shit like that.
Innovation, yeah. We were inventing.
You just got to be, like, mentally prepared to deal with the everyday, which is every day's different. So you never know.
Yeah, we made stuff out of stuff to make double stuff.
We made stuff out of stuff.
We made little hammocks for everything.
Like, we had this awesome neon tape that was to label the shirts, and then it became like
we were weaving
them to like hold up. Okay,
Speakers.
The van did not have a radio. The radio broke
so we had
this summer. So we built this contraption to hold the speaker so we could all
It was a
listen to
Bluetooth,
music.
like, you know.
We did karaoke with that.
We did karaoke.
That was cool.
Yeah, I did Colors of the Wind. It was great. We'd put it like little lanyards on like flashlights and hanging on the, like there was shit hanging from the windows just so that
You should get your Ramate gourd.
Yeah,
know where it's at.
Ramate.
Get it.
Oh, it's outside.
It's outside.
It's
It's
outside.
too far. It's too far.
I drank a lot of yerba
It has
mate,
neon
and
things on it.
that my gourd was just like hanging there, and it was
And what is your favorite karaoke song?
Tragedy by the Bee Gees.
That's hers. I like to do Alice Cooper, I'm 18.
I like to do, man,
She's an Alanis.
I do a lot of anything Alanis Morissette, really, like all of it. And every now and then when I'm like feeling frisky, I do like a Be My Girl by Jen.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that.
And I like dedicate it to some like
And we all get on some la 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 la
That was amazing.
I need the words.
We always rely on Bailey because she knows the words, but the
We
word
just
is
do.
like, baby, I don't wanna be your kiss from the rose on the grave.
Ooh,
I don't even
wanna give you the stranger it feels, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you get the idea. We do karaoke like once a week because there's a karaoke bar 2 or 3 blocks from here. And so, yeah.
Most bands have like band practice, and we just go to karaoke.
Yeah.
Or we have band practice and then go to karaoke immediately after.
That's usually
Actually,
the
we
case.
should go tonight.
Okay.
I'll meet you there.
Okay.
See you there.
And can you tell me the story behind Karaoke Superstar? I've read about it online. About that karaoke place that you go to.
Yeah, it's actually like spawned from that. Like Karaoke Superstar was a joke song that I made, and I had showed them like, and I didn't think that it was like a usable song, and then they were like, "No, we have to," and then like the lyrics kind of came, and I really made it more about like kind of a karaoke
Ourselves.
superstar. It's in everybody, but
it's kind of like it can be anyone, but also it's the person that you see every time you're at the karaoke bar.
And it can be, it's kind
Because there
of
are those
depressing.
people.
I mean,
There's the people that are, I mean, there's a couple people that are there every single time I go. Doesn't matter what night of the week it is.
but
And
they
so that's
know.
the karaoke superstar. Like that's the person that we're talking about. Not just us that goes once a week.
Yeah,
We're
it's
talking
not
about
about
the
us.
people
We're
that,
talking about the people that inspire.
yeah.
We're talking about us in like 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but definitely those people, inspirations for that song.
Can I have a little wine?
Yeah.
And speaking about wine, you have a song called Take a Shot. Who would you take a shot
That's
with?
it.
Bill Murray, I think. That'd be fun.
Jesus. We both want to take a shot with Jesus.
Drink that, living water.
Ariel, can you rap for us?
Okay. Well, bitch, you always been a bitch. Always been a scratch I can never itch. Bitch, I saw your fake ass on Maury. Bitch, I saw you drink on my party. Bitch, I shit on your Ferrari. Bitch, I ain't ever fucking sorry. Bitch, I'll slap you at your own party. Bitch, I turn your fucking vision sorry.
That was awesome.
There's a lot of things that are coming out on our album that like we're working through them as what we had known them to be, but now they're coming out as something that's like better than what we thought they were. And so being able to like hear that back and play it like we want to play it, and then it's a cool process to like do the recording, not for the like sake of recording, but for the sake of the performance. You hear more stuff when you're recording and really like paying attention to what you're doing and hearing it back. And so like, and the new songs, like all of them, of course I'm a big fan. Like Earl was saying, like now the songs are a little bit more collaborative since we've been together for 2 years now.
We know how we work.
And we know how we work. It's much easier for me to play like a bass part that I've like, known than someone else's bass part, you know what I mean? So like getting in there and being like, oh, okay, like, yeah, this is the thing. Well, now maybe this on top of that, with that, it helps me perform it better if like it's also
if it's her own
been from my brain too.
Yeah.
It's like keeps me on track or else I get lost.
Yeah. And then we also have like another new one that we haven't played, which is one of the more it was harder for me to introduce that one because it was kind of like, I don't want to say it's somber because it's not, but it's got more feels to it. Like
it's more serious.
It's more
like
serious, and I don't know. It's hard for me to like get that out, but I mean, I was like, okay, and I showed it to them, and they were like, okay, cool, yeah, and then it came together whenever we all put in our parts.
And what advice can you give to musicians?
Load in and load out fast when you're like changing. I don't know.
I would say you can do it.
And
like anyone can do it.
Yeah.
You just have to do it.
And don't like drink too much and don't talk too much either. Like, because then
while you're on stage,
both those two things, if you start doing those together, they turn out bad.
And don't think anything you do is too weird. Like, and don't be afraid to like introduce something that isn't familiar to you. Like, I'm still surprised that I'm in a band with like my best friends and that like that they like the things that I make and that we make more things together. It's really cool. So just don't be afraid to like express yourself. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. And I would say to move around and get out there as much as possible. Like, even if it can't be out of state, going to sister cities or places within your state is important because otherwise you're just playing the same shows in Denton every other weekend and, or wherever that is that you're from. And that's fun at first, but then you want more. And so it's really easy to do. Just, I would say, try to spread out.
And what would be your prized possession in this room that you're in right now? Or anything that can represent you?
Yeah. Okay, wait. But don't have your prized possessions.
In this room, you have your cat. You have your didgeridoo.
I'll show Cat for didgeridoo because then
go Cat first.
My kitty cat. Her name is Nala, and she fetches. She fetches, and she loves listening to music, and she sits on all of my guitars and my keyboards while I try to play them.
And mine is my art. I have a lot of art in here, but here's a recent painting that I did. And I treasure that.
You don't have to work your life away at something you don't want to fucking do, and that's what what my dad would not want to hear me sing.
And when will your new album be released?
Probably by spring. We're hoping to have it released February, March.
And then we have like a tour planned around the end of October to go from here to Austin to Beaumont, and then New Orleans. Maybe not in that order. Maybe, I don't really know. But yeah, and then next year, all the touring we can do.
We want to go to Puerto Rico, but
With Los Bronsons.
With Los Bronsons.
If you can hear us, Los Bronsons, we want